Welcome to Westmoreland Community Connections, a look at issues and happenings on Classic Hits 107.1 WHJB. Here now is your host, Chad Amond, President and CEO of the Westmoreland County Chamber of Commerce.
Hello and welcome to Westmoreland Community Connections. I'm your host, President and CEO of the Westmoreland County Chamber of Commerce. I'm thrilled to have three people on the show today. Maybe this is something that the listeners are familiar with, but I'm excited to have Aimee Adams. Aimee is the ASSE International Representative, and I also have, and I'm going to pronounce his name wrong, but he gave me it's going to be Andriejus from Lithuania and Eddie from Germany. They are students in Mount Pleasant School District. They are international students coming over. I think the guys are both 16, and they are going to be on the show and talk about ASSE and how it is impacting them and impacting our community. So we're going to start off with Aimee. Aimee Adams is the international representative. Aimee, give us a little bit. Give the listeners a little bit of your background and how you got involved with ASSE.
Well, I am a single mom of 3 kids, and I needed to find something. I was looking for something that's going to help supplement some bills and take care of the kids and be able to stay home. And I came across just a Facebook post about International Student Exchange Representative, looking for that. So I called, and it fit me perfectly. Personality. I've been on mission trips, been overseas many times, and so I'm passionate about it and really enjoy getting to know students of other countries. So it really has been awesome. It's my very first year to have students that I host or help host.
Yeah. Well, I mean, probably for the listeners, what does ASSE stand for, and what does the organization offer?
All right. So ASSE stands for American Scandinavian Student Exchange. Originally, it started over 60 years ago, and it was just between Sweden and America. But since then, it has definitely expanded to over 50 countries all around the world. We have a huge list of countries that we work with and exchange to and from. They come here, we go there as well. And we are a nonprofit organization, and we are regulated by the USA Department of State. And we offer inbound and outbound opportunities. So the inbound, we actually have students ages from 15 to 18. And they are coming here and are fully screened and selected by representatives, and they are they have to be demonstrating excellent character, deportment, and proficient in the English language, because they definitely have to know how to speak English here in America. And these boys are really good at it. They do it all the time. So. Yeah, does that answer your question?
Yeah, that answers it perfectly. But I want to get to the fellas. Yes. Eddie, let's go first with you. You're from Germany. Can you share with us why you chose to be an exchange student and what you had to earn the scholarships and what you had to do to receive to come here?
Yeah, it was like always my dream to go to America, and my dad saw an article in the newspaper and he showed me that I can earn a scholarship, and I just tried it, and I had to have good grades, a good personality, and the personality is more important than the grades. Right. So if you have just A+ and a very arrogant or not a good person, then you couldn't do this, but if you have middle grades and a really good personality, so you also can do this. And it's like you had to write a lot of essays, like around 5 for the organization, and you had 2 interviews and 1 with the legislator from the state. So it was a long progress.
Wow, yeah. It seems like a lot of work. Andrew, why did you choose to participate in this program?
Well, I was always the curious child that wanted to experience as much as I can, from clubs to volunteering and to eventually becoming an exchange student.
Right.
I was also always interested in American culture and country itself. So that was a plus that I found this opportunity. And for me to become an exchange student, at first I had to fill out a online application. It included, 3 essays and some personal information of myself. Then after that, I got selected to go to a second final, and there I had 2 interviews, English testing, and I also had to write some essays. Well, there's a lot of essays writing in here. And I got a huge stash of documents to fill and had to send them out. I think it included 12 more essays. So, yeah.
So when you got chosen, what was your reaction? Were you were thrilled? Were you have stomach acid? Were you scared? It's sometimes whenever you get chosen for something, you say, "Oh my, I didn't know I was going to get this." What was your reaction?
Well, it actually is a kind of funny story because it was a Saturday morning and I didn't expect to get a call from anyone, and it was an unknown number. So at first I didn't answer, but then it called again. So I was like, well, I might as well answer. It's probably something important. And then the lady told me that she is from American Council. So I was like, yeah, she probably just called me to say, oh, we're sorry, you were not selected. But then when she told me that, well, yeah, you were selected to go on this exchange year, I couldn't believe that. And actually, when I told that to my mom, she started crying.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah, right.
So, yeah.
So, well, Eddie, what was your reaction when you got chosen to participate in the program?
Yeah, I got a letter from my organization, and I read through the documents. It was like a lot of documents, and then I saw that I got elected, and I was so happy. I was like, I couldn't believe it too. And at first, for the first interview, there were like two parts. And for the first one, I got a letter that I can go to the second one. Yeah. And I thought, like, I read it and I wasn't sure if I could go to the second one, and I showed it to a friend. And at first I thought I'm out, and he told me, no, I can do this. And then was in the second one, and I just did it, and it's amazing.
Oh, nice. You're listening to Westmoreland Community Connections on Hometown Classic Hits 107.1 WHJB. I'm your host, Chad Amond, president of the Westmoreland County Chamber of Commerce. We're talking today with Andrew. He is from Lithuania, and Eddie from Germany. They are students. They are 16 years old, and they have participated in ASSE International program that brings students over to learn in America. I'm curious. What has your experience of America been? What were you thinking it was going to be, and what is the experience currently?
So I watched a lot of movies, and I thought it was like in the movies, the high school and stuff. Yeah. And that's a little bit like in the movies. Like the high school is really big, and the football games and everything is so nice, and the people are so friendly. And we experienced so much stuff with our host family, so it's like a culture shock. Like we went to so many places and ate so much food, and nice. It's just amazing.
Yeah. So what is different? What is different from America, in your opinion, in high school to in Germany in high school?
Yeah, the teachers are like friends in America. In Germany, they're really nice, but then there's a difference. We have to have respect and stuff. Like you understand me?
Yeah, right.
And the school is a lot easier here, and we have in Germany longer school. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, Andrew, what is the difference, and what is your experience in America as a student?
Well, my experience so far was truly amazing, and to be honest, it's still kind of overwhelming for me. There's just so much stuff going on, and I can't really comprehend that it's finally happening, to be honest. And about the school, well, first of all, the school system itself is slightly different. For example, in Lithuania, we have different schedules for every single day. For example, for Mondays, one schedule for Tuesdays, another schedule, and so on and so on. Also, it's a little bit bigger than my school, and as Eddie said, it's easier here.
Oh, really? Well, give that example. What is easier here in the schools from what is harder in Lithuania?
We go through a lot more stuff in short periods of time. So it's like information.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and here in the US, teachers use more different ways of teaching. They use more technology. They use more innovative ways of teaching. And I think actually that helps students to learn easier. So yeah, that might be the case of it too.
Well, it's not all about the schools. It's also interacting with the community.
Yes.
Share some of the experiences that you've had with your American family.
Well, we actually even went to a yoga practice.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that was new. Of course, we tried a lot of new food. For example, peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
That's the first time you've eaten a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Well,
yeah, right.
That's like the most American food that you see in the movies and stuff.
Right.
And we got to experience homecoming. We don't have these stuff in Europe.
Right. Well, Eddie, what is your experience in? Have you been to the Hofbrauhaus down in Pittsburgh? Right?
No.
You have to go. That's our German piece, right?
That's true. I'm curious if it's like in Germany.
Yeah, I would love to have your opinion on that. Right?
Yeah.
So, what is your experience with the your American family?
It's really nice. We went, like how Andrew said, yoga in the mountains, and was also my first time. And was really nice. And we went to Ohio Pile. So we don't have really natural parks in where I live. I live in a big city, so it's different. And I love the food in America, so I tried so much stuff. And also how Andrew said, homecoming, and it's so nice because it's like in the movies. And it's so funny. I have like my own song, and they played it at the dance, and it was amazing.
Nice. So, how long have you been here?
About 2 months.
Two or three
2 or 3 months.
2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be a 6-month process or a 9-month process.
Yeah.
Correct. So, what have you gotten out of the experience that you wouldn't necessarily have experienced in your home country? What so far?
Yeah.
What do you think that would be?
There's a lot of stuff. I think the people in America, they're like really friendly and really open. So there are a lot of, like, we do a lot of stuff after school and on the weekends. And I think the Ohio Pie, for example, it was a really big point because it's so beautiful and I like it. And also the football games, they're really nice because we don't have American football in Germany and we don't have stadiums in our school, and it's so amazing.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Andrew, what has been the experiences that you've had?
Well, of course, my English skills got better. So that is a skill that I will use for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Also, because I live across the ocean from my parents, I became more independent. So all these skills that I just am gathering during this experience will definitely help in my future life. And
well, very good. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about a little bit more of your experience and how some of the families that are in southwestern Pennsylvania can interact with this. You're listening to Westmoreland Community Connections on Hometown Classic Hits 107.1 WHJB. We'll be right back after these messages.
This is Westmoreland Community Connections on Classic Hits 107.1 WHJB. If you have a suggestion for a topic, or if your nonprofit organization would like to be featured on this program, call us during regular business hours at 724-216-1200.
Welcome back. You're listening to Westmoreland Community Connections on Hometown Classic Hits 107.1 WHJB. I'm your host, Chad Amond, President and CEO of the Westmoreland County Chamber of Commerce. We have three guests that we have in the studio today. Andrew, he is a student from Lithuania. He is an international student going to school in Mount Pleasant. And Eddie from Germany. He is a 16-year-old that's going to Mount Pleasant as well. And Aimee Adams, she is the ASSE International Representative. I think that one of the questions, I'm going to kick it off with Aimee. If you could say anything to a family who is considering hosting an international student next year, what would you say to them? I mean, you've hosted students. Or you're the coordinator of hosting students?
Well, I am a representative, which is a step below from coordinator. There's a coordinator above me who helps organize all the representatives. I'm the local representative in this area, the only one I know of at the time. So I can represent students in this area up to about, I think it's 150 miles from my home. But I would say if you are interested, if I could do it, I would actually host. But being that I have three kids and financially supporting them is a lot. You do as a host family, it is a volunteer thing. It's really the goodness of your heart saying, hey, let's embrace these students and really give them a year that will change their life and in turn change your life, because just embracing them is really amazing. I wish I could host so that my kids can experience it, and they do get to spend time with them. And my son really loves the boys and want to hang out with them. So if you can do it, I would just say it's an amazing experience. And if you are interested, it's very easy to do the process. You apply online at www.asse.com. And you go under links that says become a host family. I would be the one contacting you, and I actually come do a home visit, and we have clearances to go through, and I call all your references. And I'm the touch point all throughout the year. I don't get you a student and leave you hanging, because we understand it's a big thing to take on.
Yeah, right.
So I'm totally there supporting all my families. I stay in contact with the students, make sure everyone's smoothly, everything's working out well, culturally in all aspects. So, well,
Aimee, I would imagine one of the things that the listeners are questioning. Maybe it's folks that. Maybe they're empty nesters,
Exactly.
That's probably one of the things that I have four kids too. I don't know if I could take on another student, but maybe an empty nester. What are the responsibilities and the expenses that they have to take on?
Yeah. Now, all of our students they come with excellent medical and liability insurance, so they're taken care of in that aspect. They receive pocket money as well from natural parents. The host parents are really only expected to provide food, specifically 3 meals a day, and what they would like a normal child, taking them on as a child. However, you wouldn't go above and beyond as far as if they want to get involved in sports. Sports is very pricey here in America. I know that as having 3 kids, it's hard. So even sports, they typically will provide their own funding for that. You don't have to do that as a parent. But as a host parent. So they are definitely, they get pocket money. They do have expenses that they take care of. Even some of our students who are scholarship, there's 3 different scholarships available with ASSE. And the one specifically, they actually get a stipend from the American Council to pay monthly for things that they need to do. So,
Right.
or pay for.
Right.
Does that?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm gonna shift it back to the fellas. Eddie is from Germany. Eddie, what will you miss once your stay is over here?
I think my host family, of course, they're like a big part of my life here. And I think the food also.
Yeah, right.
Because in Germany,
what's your favorite food here in America?
I love the pancakes. We have pancakes too, but ours are not so as big as here, and it's different. And the burgers are also really good. So I think I will miss also my friends here.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, it's like a huge experience. And
Yeah. Have you had a good experience with your fellow students welcoming you and all of that stuff?
You mean in the school?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just really friendly, nothing special. Just
Yeah.
they're open and show me everything.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Good thing. Andrew, what will you miss whenever you have to go back to Lithuania?
Well, one of the biggest things that I will definitely miss is the mountains, because Lithuania is all flat. So I will definitely miss seeing mountains every morning going to school, because it's really beautiful, the sunrise and everything. And of course, I'll miss all the new connections I made here, all the people and my host family, because it is basically becoming my second family.
Yeah, right.
So yeah.
So what has been the primary experience that you loved? I mean, you didn't expect whenever you were coming from Lithuania and you were coming from Germany, and I mean, you probably, everybody has expectations. You were going to think that this was going to be X, Y, and Z, or A, B, and C. But what were your surprises, and what has been your best experience so far?
I was definitely expecting for it to be a lot harder to get used to everything, but the people here and in school, all the teachers, all the students, they just come up to you and even ask you if you need any help. So they definitely made it a lot more easier to just get used to everything. And just meeting all of these people has been probably the best thing that happened so far.
Good. Eddie, what was your expectation, and what has been some surprises to you, and what are you gonna miss?
Yeah, my expectation was, I really had really no idea how it would be, because I just watched the movies and I don't know if it would be real and everything. Yeah. And I think homecoming was one of the biggest things that I experienced. I didn't expect it because I never heard about it before in Germany, so it was something new. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So what are you learning that is going to impact your jobs whenever you move back to Germany and Lithuania? What are you studying? What are you expecting to go into? What field of study, and what job? What are you thinking about going into?
I have lots of ideas. I have around 4 ideas. Do you want to hear all of them?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, the first one is economics, because I would like to study something like this and to build my own company. Then maybe computer programming, because the world is getting more technique and everything, and if you know stuff about this, then it's good for you. Yeah. And also chemistry, because my cousin is chemist and it's interesting for me, and you get good money in Germany. I don't know how it is. Yeah. And then also last one was I forgot it, but yeah.
Well, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up either.
Yeah.
So.
It was engineering.
Oh, engineering.
Yeah, because when you have an idea and build your own thing and you just see it when it's built, it's so amazing. So, and I have to decide myself.
Yeah. Economics, chemistry, engineering. Well, my gosh, you're setting the bar high.
Yeah.
Well, Andrew, what are you thinking that you're going to go into?
Well, to be honest, I still have no idea, but 2 main things that I'm thinking about is either languages, so that would be English and some other language on the side, or something with international relationships. So this experience is like perfect thing for me.
I'm gonna round it off with a question for both of you fellas. What do you think about America, and what are you going to miss the most?
I think that it's the one experience that I will never forget, and I will definitely tell stories to my grandchildren and my children about what I experienced here. And I will miss what I will miss the most. It will probably be all the new connections that I made here.
Yeah,
because people are truly amazing here.
Well, hopefully you'll be back sometime, and make sure that you're making those friends connections again. Eddie, what are your you're gonna miss?
I think I almost also the connections, and I think America is a really amazing country. It's just so big, and it's like bigger than the whole Europe. Like one country is bigger than the whole continent, and it's so amazing. And I don't know, it's just, I love everything here.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thanks for being on the show.
You're welcome.
Andrew from Lithuania and Eddie from Germany. They are international students that are studying in Mount Pleasant. 16 years old. I give you a lot of credit. I don't know if I grew up in Derry. I don't know if I would have been able to go to Pittsburgh whenever I was 16 years old. Aimee Adams, she is the ASSE International Representative. Do you have any other comments that you want to make sure that the listeners understand how to reach ASSE, and if any listeners are interested in hosting the international students, make sure they making contact with you?
Yes, so they can go again on the website at www.asse.com to apply. They are welcome to contact me personally. That's my phone number is 724-771-3463, or email as well, which is aimee.asse@gmail.com. So I'm open to any questions you have. I'm definitely here for you. So we offer the inbound opportunities. We also offer outbound opportunities. So American students can study abroad through ASSE. We also have scholarships available. We are one of the best pricing for that of our organization or type of organization. So that's also available right now. Students are applying as we speak. As host families go for next school year, usually they come for a whole school year. They do not stay over the summer, so you don't have to worry about paying for them to go on vacation with you. They're already gone by then. But you can apply as a host family even right now. You can even choose your student. You get to see profiles that will fit you best, and we help you find a girl or a boy from what country, stuff like that. We already have students ready to come next year, so I'm looking forward to meeting people and helping out.
Well, thank you very much for being on the show, and Eddie and Andrew. If you want to go on the vacation, I'm sure you're probably not opposed to that, right? Thank you very much for being on the show. If you want to jump on the website, it's asse.com. You will talk with Aimee Adams and get more information about hosting the international students. Eddie and Andrew, good luck, and thanks for being in Westmoreland County. You've been listening to Westmoreland Community Connections on Hometown Classic Hits 107.1 WHJB. Join us next week, same time, same place, for another edition of Westmoreland Community Connections. Thanks for listening, everyone.
This has been Westmoreland Community Connections, a look at issues and happenings in and around Westmoreland County. Join us again next week on Classic Hits 107.1 WHJB.